So welcome back everyone. I'm building a Sling PSI with Rotax 915, and today I'm gonna cut into this exhaust pipe from here all the way around and fit the exhaust pipe with the Sling provided banded version instead of the straight version. And this should take about 4 to 5 hours if everything goes smoothly, but it probably won't. So let's get into it. Okay, I think I got my tools ready. The big cutters, the small cutters, extra battery, and obviously my coffee. So here's a simple trick when I measured where to cut. Before touching the grinder, I wrapped a zip tie around the pipe at exactly 32.4 millimeters from the root and tightened it down. Then I drew a Sharpie line tracing the zip tie. So the zip tie conforms the pipe perfectly and gives me a continuous reference line all the way around. The zip tie keeps Sharpie stable, especially when the position of the pipe is not exactly convenient. Okay, I'm gonna start making the lines for where to cut. It's basically all around from here, which is where Sling wants to cut. All right, and we'll see how close we can get to this one. But in order to cut to the top half, I need to make a first cut around this piece, the big ones, the welding lines, because otherwise I won't be able to reach the parts that's covered by this welded cover. So my plan of the action today is I'm gonna first cut off this chunk, basically go this way all around, cut it, and then we're gonna do one cut here, one cut here, one cut below, then the top half will, the lower half will fall. Then I'm gonna go and use a Dremel tool to cut the top half, the remaining top half. So let's see how it goes. So I started with the small one. This is my Milwaukee M12, I guess 90-degree angle die grinder with a 2-inch diamond cutoff bit. It didn't do much of anything at all to the welding line, so I just switched to my big one. This is a DeWalt angle grinder with the 4-inch cutoff wheel. It was loud. It was really loud and hot. So I guess, yeah, it's cutting. It's probably gonna take a while to cut the whole line there. So I'm gonna keep at it, yeah. It's the cut. I'm using an angle grinder with 4.5-inch cutoff disc right at the welding line. The upper portion of the pipe cuts cleanly, so the disc handles stainless steel fine when you've got the power behind it. But here's where it gets tricky. The welded cover plate sits right at the cut line, and the angle grinder physically can't reach the pipe section underneath it. So the disc will hit the cover before it gets to the pipe. So for the underneath cut, I went to a Dremel with a 2-inch cutoff disc. Slowly but more controlled. I'm working around the weld line that tie the pipe to the cover, cutting carefully to avoid going into the cover plate itself. Okay, that part is out. Okay, it's a lot of welding I had to clean up. And so the bottom half has different axes. The angle grinder can't reach the cutoff line underneath the welded cover plate, so I'm using a Dremel with a 2-inch cutoff disc. The disc has exactly the same diameter as the exhaust pipe, so when cutting the disc, it doesn't wander around. The cut line is actually quite clean. And there it is. The whole section is off. 32.4 millimeters are removed. What's left on the engine is a stub that the new sling pipe has to slide over and seal it against. That raw edge has to be cleaned. I've just got the pipes cut off. So this is the outer piece, and this is the two halves from the inner piece under the this welded cover shroud here. So next I'm gonna pick up some deburring tools and basically sand this part off nice and shiny. Then we'll move on to the next step. Alright, so now it's all deburred. I think it's very smooth. And next is I need to fit this clamp into under this cover, but around this pipe, and this will be used to hold the sling pipe. So this looks like a very tight fit. We'll see how it goes. Okay. I might need a hammer on for this. Okay. Yep. Definitely need a hammer. Okay, there you go. Yeah, I just hammered in this clamp around this pipe. So this is gonna be the thing that holds my the exhaust pipe from Sling. Hey, here's the new pipe, the Sling-spec bent version, roughly 60 degrees versus the straight factory exit. It slides over the stub and stays on through two clamps, one on the end and one around the welded cover plate. That's the installation done. I'll confirm the seal on first engine run. Heat staining around the joint is the tell if anything is off. But this thing is aligned and the routing clears the cowling.